Good morning everybody, I hope you're all well and welcome back to my channel. This week I wanted to chat a bit more about food, which is like one of my favourite topics as we all know. So I wanted to share how I meal plan and how I meal prep. So if you're new to this channel, hello, I'm Molly. I live in our tiny home here in the Scottish Highlands and I eat a vegan diet. I love to cook, I love to eat healthy, and I think the main way I stay consistent with that is by taking the time to do some meal planning and to do some meal prepping. There's loads of benefits to doing this, but yeah, for me it's about being able to eat healthily, consistently, being able to eat in line with my values, so vegan, healthy, and trying to not buy too much plastic, that kind of thing, and also reducing food waste, which again is really great for the environment. So today I wanted to just take you through how I meal plan. So I meal plan for a week to 2 weeks, and that covers everything basically I'm going to eat, and also what I prep and how I do that and how I organise that to stay ahead and stay organised. And excitingly, I've actually launched a couple of new digital products on my Etsy store. So if you don't know, I have my own Etsy store called Slow Scottish Store, and I have now created a wee guide ebook on meal planning, prepping, and that just has loads of like overview and information, tips and tricks I've learned on these. So it's kind of supplements this video, and then also a new Notion planner template. So if you're not new to this channel, you know that I love Notion. It's my favourite organisation software, and I use it to do everything in my life, and I've already created a template on my Etsy store called my Slow Living Planner, which some of you I think have bought or at least seen me talk about it. And the idea with these templates is Notion is amazing, but it does take a little bit of time to learn, and not everyone has the time to do that, whereas I have been learning about Notion for the last year and I'm a bit obsessed with it. So I thought what I could do is create a template. So the idea is you just click download and you're able to start using it straight away. You can customize it completely to yourself. It's just really, really cool. And yeah, I think some of the reviews from you guys from the Slow Living Planner has just shown how useful you found it and also how easy you found it. And I think most of you hadn't used Notion ever, so it just, yeah, it makes me really happy. And I also create a video tutorial for all of my planners, just showing you how to do everything so you can get started on it straight away. So I thought the first thing we could do today is look at how I use that planner to do my meal planning, because of course I now use this for myself as well. Then we'll go out, get a bit of food, and then we'll do a little bit of food prepping later today. So I've already filled this in for the next couple of weeks, but essentially it's a table here that you can put in the day, the date, and the different meals you're having, so the breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, etc. On each day you can hover over it and click open, and that pops up another page where you can put any links that you might need for any recipes that you're getting online. And then you can also view this as a calendar format as well as a table, so that gives you a nice overview. So each page kind of has the sort of things I'm eating every single day, and I find this really, really handy to just keep on track of what I'm eating. And in terms of how I decide what I'm going to eat and what I'm going to plan, I do cover this in my guide, that's on my Etsy store, but essentially I go through different questions and stages, and the first one is there anything I need to eat already in my fridge or pantry that I can make meals with, just to try and stop that food waste. And then another really big one is to just look ahead at what's going on in my life over the next couple of weeks. So are there going to be some days that I'm going to be really busy? Are there some days I need to eat out of the house, take food with me? Are there some days that I'm cooking for other people and some days I'm not? So I tend to cook for either myself or me and my partner, and it's just looking ahead to make sure that I thought everything through, so that I'm always maybe able to have food ready to go, which food prepping helps with, and I'm able to keep eating healthy and the way I want to. And it just means that I don't have that horrible, like, you know, end of the day, I'm hungry, what am I going to eat? I already know, and I've probably already prepped it, so it just makes life so much easier. I know a lot of us want to eat healthy, want to eat more plants, and I think meal planning is one of the crucial things that helps me stay on track anyway. But I've got all of my meals planned now, I've got my wee grocery list, so I'm gonna head out and get some food. So I'm just going to show you what I got. my wee food haul. There's a chance it's all going to fall on the floor. I've like precariously piled it around the tripod, and it's already happened in the car because a red squirrel jumped out in front of me as I was driving. Don't worry, it was fine. I managed to brake and swerve, but obviously in doing that all my shopping went all over the car. But it seemed to survive, so that's fine. Okay, where should we start? We'll start with some plant milks. So I've got 2 Aldi soya milk, no 3 even, 3 Aldi soya milk and 3 of the Aldi oat. I've said this before that I tend to get this just because it's budget, not because it's my favourite. Didn't need a huge number of tins, so I just got 2 cans of baked beans, 1 can of coconut milk and 2 cans of chopped tomatoes. I ended up going to Aldi and Tesco. I tend to do that, I go to Aldi first because it's a bit cheaper and then go to Tesco and get most of my fruit and veg from Tesco because you can get more of it loose. And I think it's slightly higher quality as well. Got some good old Aldi brand cornflakes. Just an easy thing to have. I often have cereal like in the evening before I go to bed as a snack. Does anyone else do that? Is that weird? Me and my like childhood friend both do that, but I don't know anyone else that does that. Got some of their garlic breads from Tesco. These are accidentally vegan, so I always have these in the freezer. Got 3 of those. Other bread stuff, I got a couple of different types of pita from Aldi. I got these ones, these were reduced, these are usually my favourites, so I thought I'd just maybe put those in the freezer because they're best before today, which is fine, it's bread. And then I tried, I'm going to try these ones as well from Aldi, just to mix things up. They're more of a like flat bread. Well, I don't really know the difference between a flat bread and a pita bread. There, it's fine. I also got these naans from Aldi in their special buy section because a lot of naan isn't vegan, but often the sort of bigger, more authentic ones are. And there's a brand I really like, this isn't it, that looks similar. So this is a cheaper version, we'll see if it's as good. And then I got some more treaty things. So I got some bourbons, which are one of my favourite biscuits. I actually shared that on Substack recently. If you're not on Substack, so you might be subscribed to my newsletter. If you are, thank you. It's free to do. I always have a link in the description. But you can also go on Substack, the website, rather than just read the emails that you get once a week from myself or whoever else you're subscribed to. And they've got loads of new stuff on there now. Like you can share notes, which is essentially like a social media. So I'm on there occasionally because I say it's like a social media, it is in the sort of format, but there's no algorithms and it's just a really nice wholesome place to spend time. And I connect with other writers, I connect with some of you guys on there, and I shared about bourbons, having some bourbon biscuits in a wee photo, and I got everyone to like say what their favourite biscuit was, and someone said Jammy Dodger, and I was like, I have not had a Jammy Dodger in absolute years. I'm pretty sure they're not vegan. If they are, let me know because I would like to try those. Other treat stuff I got, I think it was a Tesco. Well, they're this brand of crisps. These are like my favourite types of crisps, and I don't usually buy crisps. These are the sour cream and chive and the lentil chips, but I am going away for a couple of nights next week, actually. Stay. So I wanted a few more snacky things to take with me. I'm taking you guys with me as well, so I won't say where we're going just yet. Got some raisins from my pantry. I like the Tesco ones. Got some medium noodles, they're on deal. I seem to get quite a lot of deals this time, which is good. A lot of club card deals were on. Got some more turmeric because I'm running low, or in fact I've run out. And then some cheese. This is probably my favourite standard, well, my second favourite maybe. I think the Cathedral cheese is probably my favourite, but that's more expensive and I can't get it in the supermarket. They've got quite small Tesco, so I just get the Epic Mature. We've got an amazing brand around here called Left Coast Cheese. They make their own vegan cheese. It's a local brand and that is the best cheese. Not even vegan, just best cheese I've ever had. And I got some standard, I think I always get these in my food shops, and then fruit oat biscuits. I will be making some of my own snacks, which I'll be sharing with you guys, but I like to have a few things ready to go. And then in terms of fruit and veg, I got some baby corn because I'm having stir fry this week. I don't always get that. I tend to use just stuff I already have when I do stir fry rather than getting stuff specifically for it, because it's a great way to use veggies up, but I really do like that. So I thought I'd get it. Got some ginger. It's annoying I can only get that in plastic in this Tesco. You need to get it loose from the big Tesco. 2 garlic cloves. Got some onions. Got these bags from Tesco. They sell them for like 30p, so I've got loads, and I always have them with me when I go in. To Aldi as well. Got a courgette. Already had one in the fridge, I think, so I just got the one. Some carrots, some broccoli, it's my favourite vegetable, I always have broccoli, some spinach, some bananas. I won't put them all up, got quite a few, but I tend to get the loose ones because they're usually the ones that are left and can go to waste, and often, probably because they're left longer, sitting around, they're slightly riper. They're still not amazingly ripe. There's a lot of green bananas today, but hopefully they're ripe enough. A cucumber and a couple of leeks, because I'm going to make some leek and potato soup, as we discussed this week. And I also got some frozen fruit that I put in the freezer, and some Linda McCartney vegetarian sausages that I put in the freezer. So that's it. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I think it was probably about £60, which isn't too bad, because like I say, this is going to do up to 2 weeks, and there will often be like a shop to top up on a few bits midway through that, but it does the bulk with all my other fancy bits as well. So yeah, happy with that, and now I think I'm going to get on to doing a little bit of food prep. So I tend to split my meal prepping through the week. If you can hear clip clopping, that's Sky. Going back to her bed. I tend to have one day, usually a weekend day, where I do like the majority, I suppose, and that's where I often make like some lunches and snacks for the week, and then I tend to split the rest through the week. So a lot of the time I'll prep my dinner at lunchtime, that kind of thing, and then certain days I'll need to do other bits and bobs. So I schedule all that in my planner, so I'll just show you what I've scheduled. So this is the schedule that I've created. It's super simple. It just lists, you know, the week and the days of the week and anything I need to do. So it splits. I've got stuff like cutting up vegetables for dinner here. Then today we're on to Thursday, so I actually do want to make my oatmeal cookies as snacks for the week, because I run out of snacks, and also I've got 2 bananas that desperately need eating, and I need bananas for this recipe, so I'm actually going to do that today. And then on Sunday I've got some more stuff, so I've got some soup I want to make. I want to marinate some tofu, prep some vegetables, and maybe roast some almonds. So this is really easy just to fill this in, and there's also a little section down here for notes, so I'm going to get on with those cookies now. Good morning guys, it's Sunday for me today, and I guess for you guys when you're seeing this as well. So I'm going to be getting on with the rest of my food prep. So I've got to do my soups. I'm going to make a leek and potato soup, so that will do me some lunches next week. I also want to marinate some tofu and cook up some bulgur wheat and cut a squash up, because I want to be making like Buddha bowl type meals for the next 2 to 3 evenings, which is essentially just throwing together lots of different food. Mine tends to be a combination of like some sort of protein, which is usually tofu, some sort of grain, bulgur wheat, vegetables. So I'll cut up the squash now just because it's a pain to do that. So I tend to just cut it up, dice it all, and then put it in a Tupperware. And if I have any left over, I can use it for a curry later in the week as well. I'll probably put in some broccoli, and I'll just roast the squash and broccoli, bits of salad and hummus, which I'm not actually going to make because I think we're going to be popping out via the farm shop that I like today, which is really good hummus, so I might not do that today. And I'm also going to roast some almonds as a wee snack. I'm going to try and eat nuts more as a snack, but I'm not like a massive fan of them raw, but I think if I roast them with like some agave syrup or something, they might be nicer. But that's what we're getting on today, so I better get cracking now, and I'll take you guys along with me. some people can be a little bit scared of tofu and not sure what to do with it, but it really is a very simple ingredient to cook with, and it's a really great source of protein if you are vegan or want to eat more plant-based. And essentially I think my top tip with it would be find a marinade that works for you, and you can do it across multiple meals. So this one I basically use for anything, but if I'm really like tight on time, sometimes I just add some like lemon juice and like salt and pepper, maybe mixed herbs to it, and it still has a flavour then, because essentially tofu is pretty much flavourless until you add it, so you can be really inventive with it if you want. But marinating like what sounds complicated or faffy, but it really isn't. You know, that takes me about 5 minutes to do that whole thing, and then I leave it in the Tupperware in the fridge for like up to 3 to 4 days, and I can use it in meals, and it's super yummy. And then the longer you leave it to a degree, the better it gets, because it soaks up the marinade. So yeah, I definitely recommend trying to find one recipe that works for you and just giving it a whirl. For the roasted almonds, I'm vaguely going to be following this recipe. This is the Boho Beautiful Plant-Based Eating Guide. It's one of my favourite cookbooks, which is pretty simple. It's basically covering them with agave syrup and roasting them, and I'm going to try and do them in the air fryer. So this is something that we recently inherited. Actually, someone didn't need it anymore, so I've been trialing this out. I was a bit worried about using one just because they take up so much space, but we have enough cupboard space that when we're not using it, we can put it away, because yeah, it's like take most of the side otherwise. But I do tend to burn things in here quite easily, and these are easy to burn, so I'm gonna have to keep a close eye on them, but hopefully they should work. That is all my food prep done. I can now relax and chill out a bit, at least for the rest of my Sunday. Definitely going to sit in the garden because the sun's coming out. It's actually a nice day, and I'm in a t-shirt, and I've been in a t-shirt all day. This is potentially the first time this has happened this year, so that is exciting. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this and showing a little bit of an insight into how I meal plan and prep. And remember, if you do want to check out my new Notion planner and my new ebook guide, I'll leave links to my Etsy store in the description below. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next week.